Hi everyone. So welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about what men are looking for in relationships. Now we originally had a different take on the subject, but then we got a viewer comment that kind of stayed. It was still on the subject, but kind of made us want to kind of go a different direction with this. Yeah. So I'm gonna read the viewer comment. Which, by the way, thank you so much for the comment. We appreciate that. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. But we do appreciate your guys' comments. It's what helps us get, just engagement, and create dialogue, I guess you can say, create dialogue. So we really appreciate the comment, and I'm going to go ahead and read it. Dwayne, is his name? I'm going to go ahead and say your name only because you did a public comment. So I'm going to go ahead and say your name. All right. So, yeah, thank you for the comment. We appreciate it. So let me read. Oh, God, it's so tiny. Okay, it says the black relationship becomes inside out when a woman starts acting like the man in the relationship. Here's the deal with that from a black man's perspective. A black man of value wants a strong woman. He wants a woman that is ambitious and can handle her business. However, when he takes the lead, it's as if she's being challenged, as if to say, "How dare you lead me?" in a masculine gesture. Oh, it's a masculine gesture. Masculinity has no place in a woman. It's not her role, just like there's no place for a man to be feminine. It's not a man's role to be feminine. It sounds like you ladies are in favor of the black man leading the relationship. Consequently, a woman needs to submit in order for that to happen. Specifically, how can the strong, independent woman submit and I'm sorry, I need glasses, y'all. Specifically, how can the strong, independent woman submit, and is she truly capable of submitting? In addition, I'm concerned about many women defending what a real man is. Real talk. No woman can define what a real man is. Next, I've heard women tell me that they want a guy that's nice, treats them well, and is an overall good guy. In the real world, those same women end up in relationships with guys that do not treat them well. So good comment. Agree with some of this, well, a lot of this actually. Just a couple of the things that we just found. What's the word?
Contradictive.
Okay. So where we disagree, scientifically, women can be masculine. There's both traits in both sexes. Men and women both have masculine and feminine traits. That's just fact. Now, when you're in a relationship, one will take precedence over the other. It is possible for women to have a masculine part of them, and it is possible for men to have a feminine side of them. So it's a little bit, I disagree with that. It's actually just wrong scientifically, but I think you're talking more intellectually when you're talking about relationships. But yeah, just putting that out there. So, but you're saying that we have to be,
It's a balance.
It's a balance. Right.
We all have feminine traits and masculine traits built within us to handle life.
Right.
Because being masculine alone,
yeah,
being a man doesn't mean you don't have a feminine.
You don't have the ability. Right. You actually kind of need that as a man.
It's important to have feminine traits, probably so you can understand women a
Yeah.
little more. Compassion and things like that are usually feminine qualities in a man.
Right. Everyone should have compassion.
But even like as being a single woman, you have to have masculinity in you because you have to go to the workforce. You have to go out into basically a man's world and try to deal with
the man's world, the working world.
As a woman. So as a woman, have to have it.
Yeah.
And even men, when they're single, they have to cook and clean and do everything on their own. So they have to have some feminine aspects in them in order to function.
Right.
We have to.
Agreed. And that that part, it's that's obviously a debatable part. But there was a part in here where you were saying, Okay, a black man of value wants a strong woman. He wants a woman that's ambitious and can handle her business. So when you start talking about ambitious women, that is not completely a masculine thing, but it has masculinity in it, because women that are ambitious are usually in the workforce. Obviously there's different ways to be ambitious, not just with working, but generally speaking, it's normally when women are in the workforce. So if you want a woman that is ambitious and can handle her business, then
ambition is
you're gonna it's a masculine quality. So you're really gonna have to, in some way, come like, I don't know what your perspective is on your types of relationship you want, but it's that kind of requires, if you don't want that, it kind of requires a woman to be the traditional stay-at-home mom, that kind of thing. Or even if she's working, her money really is not going to be much to the household, just her little money.
She has more of a job,
right? She has more
of a career.
So that's a lot. That's a very loaded. Again, I think it's what it is, right? It's loaded.
It's a loaded question in general, because I feel like masculinity, because ambition is a masculine quality in anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if a woman is out there hustling and doing everything like a man, then I guess it's interesting that you talked about masculinity not being in a woman, but the first thing you came out of your mouth was a masculine quality.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you said that masculinity has no place in women and femininity has no place in men. But the first thing that came out of your mouth, or came out of the thing, was handling her business and ambition and drive. Those are very masculine qualities.
It's also very independent qualities. Right. So when you talk about the strong, a woman being strong, that's, there's a lot of aspects of that, but that's also, to me, I feel like, when you're saying, like, do you think that too? Like, when you're saying, it's kind of independent.
Yeah.
That's like independent.
When you date
speech.
a woman who is ambitious and she's out there doing it and really driving, she is, in a sense, being masculine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She has to be.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a woman who works and works hard and has a lot of drive and ambition, then you're asking a woman to be, you are asking a woman to have a masculine quality in her.
Yeah. I get that some women are, that they lead with that foot. Right. I don't know if you're saying that they're leading with that foot. But again, if she is working and you want the ambitious woman, she's out there pounding, doing her thing, that she's gonna have to have.
Right.
She really doesn't have a choice but to have a masculine quality, which is ambition. It's just like we were talking about with Oprah. Like, Oprah is a highly ambitious person, right? So we're asking her to take a step back, and all of a sudden,
because she couldn't marry Stedman on those terms of not that, because Oprah is a very masculine woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's rich, she's driven, she's ambitious.
Yeah.
And any man who dates her is going to have to, or marries her, which is why Stedman's not her husband, he's her partner.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's going to have to see her as an equal. She won't be able to do the roles as a submissive woman, really.
Yeah.
And any woman, you don't have to be as rich as Oprah to be that way. Any woman that has a mind like that
kind of ambition,
is never going to want to play. She's going to have be with a man who sees her as an equal.
Yeah.
And feminism did that.
Yeah.
That was what feminism,
which is why we brought that up.
Equal. Yeah. In the 50s and 60s, women did have a place. And I think that the dating was easier because everyone knew their place.
I know.
They knew they were supposed to go out and go to work, and they knew they were supposed to bring home the money, and they knew that they were supposed to, provide and to be the father and the head of the household. It was simple. Because of those
everyone knew their
rules, right? Women knew when
they
they got married, they were going to be cooking and cleaning and being a mom and doing all the things that entails being a homemaker,
right? And
so now we flip the script, because now feminism has allowed women to go out and be just as successful. And there are some relationships where women are more successful than their husband, and so then where do we fall in that situation?
Right.
Like, I don't have all the answers to that either, by the way.
Yeah.
And I'm always trying to figure that out because I feel like I wish that we did. I wish that, and which is why I like the question too.
Yeah,
because I feel like the question
like this comment,
to me was not just contradictive, but it made me, because I don't know Dwayne, but I know him from Facebook, and he's a very smart guy, a very nice guy. He's not rude to women. He's not one of those guys that put up bad posts about women, and he doesn't talk dirty about women.
This is an intelligent man. Right.
I'm thinking is a balanced man. He's not immature. He's a very balanced man. He's a good father to his children.
So this
from
comment,
what I see on Facebook,
this comment is coming from
a person
who has who is a mature
male,
right?
In this,
well, it's also making me see the maybe the disconnect. We were talking about the disconnect. Was it this video? The video you commented on was on the Why Black Women Are Single video.
Yeah.
And we talked about there's a disconnect between Black women and Black men in the relationship. And we're realizing with your comment that I can kind of see why we're having a disconnect, because if you guys are thinking that you know, I know you're not speaking for all Black men in the world, but if you're speaking from that point of view, it's kind of saying that we are gonna have to bring home the money too, right? Equally with you. We have to obviously look good and
work out,
and be ambitious, if you say, and work out, look good, all that stuff.
Work out, be sexy, be sexual, because you do have to give a man sex.
And if you have kids, I don't have children, but if a lot of people I know do, if you have children, they also have to be the mother, and they have to, this. So the woman is now doing all the work,
right?
Doing work that you're doing because she's working, and bringing home money and contributing to the household, and on top of that, she's also
being a homemaker.
So, and
a sexual woman for you?
I'm genuinely asking this question: where do men come in this? Then, if I have to take up for. I'm not somebody who is. I like the traditional. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this because a lot of Black women. When I say this, they don't. I don't say they don't hate it, but they don't necessarily like it. But I am a traditional role as a woman. I am a submissive woman. So I am a strong woman, obviously, but I am a submissive. I know how to take a step back. I understand that. I like that role. When I have children, like I've always wanted to. The one thing I've always wanted to do is to have children and a husband and I've always wanted that. That has always been something I wanted, but I went out trying to be this ambitious, financially. I mean, and that can still happen. It's not a problem, but I am somebody who would be the submissive person. You know what I mean? I like that. So, but for the women who are actually loving working, going to work, they also love having their children and all that stuff, that it's like you're saying that they have to be both masculine and feminine, but then what do you have to do? Right. Like what? Right. What do you do? Because you can't say you want someone to be masculine when are you being feminine too? Are you cooking too? Right. Are you cleaning too equally? Not just once a week. Are you doing all the stuff that she's doing as well for these types of women that are, a majority of women we know are all career women. Yeah. Career, and most of them, though, I will say, most of those women are single. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think that's why I like the question, because I think that it is the embodiment, really, of the disconnect of why men and women cannot connect. Yeah. And I do think that the roles, because they've changed so drastically, that because women, like I said, women on some case can be more successful in their career than their husband. They can make more than their husband. They can, you know what I mean? And so when you look at things like that, we aren't the same as we were originally. We are not the same. We're supposed to be the helpmate. Yeah. The helpmate. You guys are family. Men are supposed to be bringing in the providers. Right. But now women want to be providers because they want to go to work. Yeah, and that's fine. And so that changes the masculine, feminine roles. Yeah. Because now you may have to date a woman. Yeah. That, or maybe not, but you may have to date a woman that if she's already in a career, she's going to show you some masculinity. Yeah. And that's just because she goes to work and she has to be it. She has no choice. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I like when you talk about the independent woman thing here, I think I can't specifically strong independent woman. How can a strong independent woman submit? Is she truly able to? Okay, so I mean, you have to give her something to submit to. Yeah. I don't know how else to put that. If she's, again, I know I was like a broken record, but if she is bringing home the bacon too, and she's cooking it up too, and she's doing all of that stuff too, and her money means something to the household, and you're accepting that from her and not telling her, hey,
I mean, you as a man logically should think that that's an imbalanced relationship.
So it's going to be hard for a woman like that to submit. Yeah, you have to give her something to submit to. So most women that are like, we're independent because we're single. So when you're a single woman, you have to be independent. Okay, you have a choice. You have to pay for your bills, so we have to do it ourselves. But when I get married, I would not. I would like to take the other role. My thing is that when you get into a relationship, I'm speaking directly to you, Dwayne, like when you get into a relationship, and you're wanting the woman to submit, take a step back and submit, then you're probably going to have to explore women who don't want to work.
Right.
Or
aren't heavy on career.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
You know what I mean?
Will work, but not heavy on career. And then
so that way she puts her family, it comes first.
Yeah.
Like I'm like Danielle, I would prefer taking care of my family and taking care of my husband and anything that I do, I would rather not spend so much time
at work
because I'm not the biggest,
And then, it took me a very long time to admit that because we're in a world where every woman is
trying to be Beyonce.
Is doing the Beyonce thing.
It's trying to be Oprah. It's trying to be,
Well, I'm not judging those women for that at all. Actually, I'm for it. Yeah. It's just that when it's not my thing that I want. I want to have a traditional relationship where the man.
But you guys can't have a woman you can't have a woman you can't want a woman to be a work woman, a career woman, and make money and all that, and then expect her to take a back seat to you.
Yeah.
Just so you can feel good as a man. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying on that, but on some level, I do understand women who are career driven. Yeah. That's got to be a mind mess up for them.
I do understand what he's saying, though.
I do see what he's saying, but I can understand women too who are career women, and I can see where that has to be a mind mess up for you because you want me to be bringing home money, but then you don't want to share in the leadership.
Right. So the roles are not clear.
Right.
What you're saying in this comment, the roles based on you
can't want me to be masculine
clear.
When it's convenient for you.
Yeah, right.
Is what I'm saying. So you know what I mean? Like you can't want me to be masculine just when it's convenient for you. You have to, if you want to be the leader of something, you have to take that position and take it wholly. You can't just take the parts you like and then make. You know what I mean? It's just like you got to know what that means, and I do think that there are a lot of men who don't know what that means. Yeah. Like I said before, when we talked about our father, not having a father, I think that also a lot of black men are raised without fathers as well. White men too, but since we're black and we date black men,
talk about black issues.
Talk about black issues. And I do think just like black women are only raised with single women, who are mostly, because when you were raised with a single mother, your mother does everything. Yeah. She, but not just for daughters. If she happens to have a son, her son is also seeing a woman do everything. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because there's no man in the house. Right. You know what I mean? So you can't. So if you want to be the leader of the pack, you got to show that assertiveness in you. Which is gonna not dominating, assertiveness. Yeah. Like you have to show that you're assertive, that you want that position, and alpha male. Because
I'm going to be real honest with you, a lot of ambitious women that are work ambitious, I'm talking about work ambitious, they are not going to submit to you the way that you're wanting to. They may do a little something, but if she's having to go to work and do all of that and do her form and do her thing, then that might not be the type of woman for you. If you're wanting full submission, right, that's a whole nother type of woman. That's not the woman that you're mentioning. It's not. I mean, you can. My ambition with my husband, it will be being his helpmate.
Right.
helping
Helping
him build him
Right,
up,
helping build him
and
up,
then
you know?
I'm holding down fort at home, strongly holding, because there's a lot of housewives out there that are doing it.
Because you know, when a woman is already a housewife, everybody will tell her, "Yeah, that's the hardest job in the world. That's you know, you're great. That's great." But if a woman says she wants to be a housewife, then you get treated like you're like the most ambitiousless woman that doesn't have any kind of you know, any
drive,
kind of drive or anything. And being a wife and a mother is a big job. You know what I mean? Taking care and dealing with your husband's pay and dealing with his money the way it is. You know what I mean? And then also having to take care of him, take care of your kids, take care of yourself, find yourself in there. You know what I mean? Have a social life as well. You know what I mean? And
my single life, I've never asked for any handouts or anything. So
no,
I know what's like. I'm not you know, a lazy person, you know, but I do aspire to be the housewife type. That's just I've always connected with that. I just never had the courage until a few years ago to just say that's what I want. And the reason why I didn't want to do that is because of comments similar to this. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I feel like the way he wrote that was the way that I feel most men kind of think sometimes. It's just like, the honesty, you don't understand that from a woman's perspective, if she is doing literally everything that you're doing plus herself, then it starts to look like, then what are men for?
Yeah, then what are you doing?
And we do love men. I mean, we love their protection, and the part of the fact of you guys providing and protecting us makes us feel safe and makes us feel feminine. Yeah, that's what your masculinity does to our femininity.
That's very true.
It makes us feel very taken care of.
I wasn't even thinking about it like that. Yeah,
right?
That's really true.
You know, very valued and loved.
So when you give that up,
so it's not like you're just paying. You know, like you're just spending money on us, and we're just lazy, and we just want your money, and we don't. It's not that. It's that when you see an alpha male, a male who just really just wants to take care of you in all aspects, even though you can do it yourself, even though you can do those things, like even the little things like taking out the trash, like you see men do that, or see it. Like one thing I said I always love, I like seeing men who work with their hands. I like a man who can fix a car or can fix electrical stuff or build something. I love that because that's something I can't do, but that's a very masculine quality, and I love them. I love masculinity in men. I do. I love seeing them do that, you know, and I love that more than I see. I like one thing like I don't mind men doing, but one thing that annoys me is when I see men going to get pedicures and facials because it's such a feminine thing to do. But you're more than welcome to do that. Like I'm not saying that you're less of a man because you do that.
But I don't want to go with you. I'm not going to go with you.
We're not going together, right? You know what I mean? But it's just like, okay, we're not the same though. Yeah. Women and men are chemically wired differently. You know what I mean? We think differently. This is why we're having a back and forth now. It's because we think differently. Right. We just see things differently. But for some reason, I feel like feminism is now working for men too. Because now they're confused. They're like, well, yeah, I want to be a leader, but I also want you to do the work, and I want you to bring home a check, and I want you to be sexy, and I want you to be the mother of my children. I want you to cook, and I want you to clean. Okay, well, if you want a woman that goes to work, then you better know how to cook. You better know how to sew, and you better equally do everything together. She's doing. And see, I don't believe in relationships like that because I don't think men and women are equal. I don't like feminism, and I never have. Because feminism, like Maya Angelou said, it didn't include love. And that's why she didn't, and that's why I don't like feminism. It's because we need it for women who are working to get. If you're doing the exact same job as a man, then you need to get paid the same for that job, and you need to not get sexually harassed at work. Those things, that's where feminism works. But what's happened is it's this mosh pit of women now being men. And then men kind of wanting us to be men, but then also wanting us to be women when it suits you. Yeah.
And that's where the disconnect is coming there. Right there is, to me, and it's one of those things where you see it, like I see it now, that is an obvious huge.
So if you're a man, if you're a man that wants a woman to work, then you're a man who wants an equal partnership. You want to cook too. Yeah. You know what I mean? You want to do all the feminine things that traditional women had to do. So then I'm okay with that. That's a relationship you've chosen. But if you're going to tell me that you want to be the leader, then you don't need to be worried about me financially. You don't need to be worried about me bringing in finances at all, because that is part of being in charge and being the man of the
submitting.
house.
I'm submitting to you.
You got to give me something and my kids something to show that you are in fact the person running this show.
My check.
And believe me, I can't wait for the day where I can lean on a man.
Yeah.
Because as much as I love being single, there is a point in my life where I'm going to want to get married, and I'm going to want to lean on a man. But I will not lean on a man who wants me to be a man when it suits him, but then wants me to be a woman when he wants to be in charge.
That's simply not fair.
That's not fair, and it's not, and it's not right. And I that's again why I love this question, because I think it might be the reason why we are so disconnected.
Yeah, but to me, I feel like the big disconnect with Black people is exactly what you're talking about right now. Because I don't disagree with everything you're saying, but what you've done is that you have, like, we were talking about this. We were at the store, and we were like, "Gosh, this is it. This is where." And I'm happy you wrote this comment because this made us realize, oh, they're viewing us in a whole different light that I wasn't seeing. I don't know everything. She does not know everything.
I don't. I'm not a psychiatrist.
So that's why we love.
I'm not a pastor.
Which is why we're doing this. This is why we do these.
But the
videos.
one thing I do want to do is to get dialogue and constructive dialogue, not the kind where we bash each other and make each other put each other down like we seem to do all the time. We can't open our mouths
and debate.
Belittling each other every single time we open. And I'm not at all downing what he had to say, because I think some of that was correct in my mind, but some of it did seem a little bit like it did seem a little bit contradictive of what you're actually saying. Or maybe you meant it different. Or maybe we read it wrong.
We read it, maybe we read some of it wrong. But just let us know. I mean, if we read it wrong, please correct us on any of it. There was another part that you were talking about where you said, now this I actually do disagree with, because we've lived this. It says, no woman can define what a real man is.
And if you a woman that has dated the wrong man, then you
better get on board. You better get on board, ladies. Know what a good man is. Now let me tell you, this is
and actually, like in our last video, we said we think that a good man is probably different for every woman. Depending on the woman. So,
but we have to be able, as women, I'm gonna let you know, and men out there know, it is vitally important for us to be able to define what a good man is. And the reason why is because when we don't, we date recklessly. We get in bad relationships recklessly. And we get hurt all the time, and we keep doing the same thing over and over again, all because we didn't know how to define what a real man is. This is the importance of what our other video is, your fathers, because fathers can help their daughters define what a real man is. That way she doesn't go out making the mistakes that I know I have made.
But the problem is a lot of men are making children not knowing how to be a man.
So so it's important for women to understand. I do believe women can do. I do believe women can define what a man is. I actually can define what a real man is, and it's important for me to understand and know that.
And to me, a real man is just someone that's good for you.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? That's it. When it's good for you, can be in a relationship with there could be many relationships with many different men, but that union is good together.
It's good together.
You know what I mean? So I do think that women can to tell,
and I think they should.
And I think they should too. You should know what you're doing when you go out there. You should know what you're looking for.
Yeah. Now there's some women out here that are like, I'm gonna tell you what a real man is, and they start going that's anger, going on a tirade of just male bashing. Now that's okay. That's a woman who's angry. She's kind of a mess. She's kind of a mess. But that part I do honestly disagree with. I do think women, and if you're listening, then I do think it's important for you to know what a real man is, especially before you get out there. And don't you think before you get into the dating world and start picking who you're choosing to be with, it's gonna be so vitally important to be able to be in a really good relationship. If you don't have that knowledge, then you're just gonna be a mess. Okay, so then this whole video has been about your comment.
It's a good comment.
It's such a good comment. It's a really good comment because
he thought it.
The only thing what I love is that he just thought it out.
Yeah, he thought it out.
And he is telling his perspective without being like.
Because I love hearing what men
Sometimes people, you know what I mean. And it was funny. I'm gonna interrupt you, but we were talking about this all the time. Our videos have resonated with men.
Yeah.
And we did not,
so.
let me tell you, we did
I
not
thought it was going to be women.
know that was going to happen. We were making these videos really to
get
for anybody, but
really just to get conversation started.
Yeah, to get conversation started, but maybe to enlighten women or just maybe help each other. Maybe people could tell me something I don't know about.
Yeah.
But because I'm a woman, maybe women would resonate with women. But what ends up happening is that we get such intelligent comments from men.
I never expected men.
I did not expect it.
I never expected
I didn't expect it at all.
To care.
Yeah, I meant to. Yeah, I didn't expect.
But most of our
Inboxes,
you on YouTube, inbox, and Facebook are all coming from men. And that makes me happy because it makes me realize that men want to know and they want to talk. They don't want to just sit back and complain.
Yeah.
And act like
they're curious.
They're curious, and I'm curious. I love hearing men. I love hearing men. Their perspective, because I want to shut up sometimes. Like I believe women sometimes should just shut up sometimes
and listen
and not just get ready to have a comeback.
Right, which is what
but just to really listen. And so I love that this whole journey that we started is resonated with men of all. You can tell you're talking to a girl who didn't have a father, so to hear a lot of men come in and really express to me emotionally too, which is hard for men. You know what I mean, emotionally and honestly. I appreciate that from all of them. A lot more.
Because it's good insight. It's good insight, and it does help because again, I don't know everything. I don't know everything. I don't. That's why I'm doing this videos, because I would like to know what people think, and intelligent people, they're not trying to just be mean, you know what I mean? Not men that hate women. That's, no, but.
And men from all walks of life too, because I think, especially when it comes to religious, we always think like religious men are the smartest because they know the Bible. Right. And I find that to be, they sometimes are the worst offenders. You know what I mean? Or they, seriously, they are sometimes the worst offenders. You know what I mean? And I just love hearing
these comments.
I love these comments from these men.
Isn't it funny though?
We were
totally thinking that
we were wrong on that. Yeah.
Totally about women and maybe empowering that situation, and then all of a sudden it's like a fleet of men come in and are just saying intelligent things and opening my mind. And
because we actually had a comment from a guy on YouTube that said that men don't talk about this stuff at all. They talk about sports. Yeah. And so it's interesting to me. This is why I thought we weren't going to have very many men, and we end up having more men than ever. Talk to us more than women. And I was like, well, then apparently men aren't just thinking about sports. Yeah.
They're thinking about
something
other
else,
stuff.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I appreciate, again, I just want to say that I appreciate any man that is commenting here, because it's helping me. Yeah.
There was one. Okay, so the last part of your comment, you said, what did you say? Okay, I've heard women tell me that they want a good guy that's nice and treats them well, but they end up with picking the bad guys. I guess that's what you're saying, basically. They
Which is actually our last
video.
Yeah,
so our last video, we actually had an entire video dedicated to exactly that last comment. And you're right. There's reasons why that happens. It's deeper than just women picking bad guys.
Check out that last video.
Yeah, check out that last video, and you'll see exactly. We kind of try to break that down a little bit in our opinions on that. But you are correct about that. But there are underlying reasons why majority of women do that.
That our show is mostly about accountability, and we have always said that from the very beginning. This is why we told our story.
Responsibility.
From the very first, we told our story, and it's about accountability. And I think that if men took accountability and women took accountability, it would be fixed. Yeah, you know what I mean. But blaming and saying like the reason for a man to say, the reason why relationship work is because women just they trying to be men. Like, don't blame. Yeah. Because then you have to say, have I also just thrown my hands up and allowed women to be it?
Yeah, because that could be.
Am I not fighting for my position as a man, or am I just saying, okay, well, this is the way it is now, so I just and the same as women. It's just like, you can't say you want a real man and then turn around as soon as one tries to act like a real man, then you sit there and try to throw your occupation in his face and your money and your car and your things because that means nothing. You know what I mean? Who you are means more than what you have. Right. I've learned that.
through this,
in this situation.
through
I've
our
learned that
journey.
It really is. Yeah,
watch our first video. Watch our first video, and you'll see what we're talking about. Yeah,
you can lose all your money,
journey.
and you can lose all your money, and then who would you be? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what happens.
It's just who would you be? You know what I mean? And so. Whoever, I believe in being authentic. You know, I believe in being yourself, and when you meet someone, just be that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Agreed. You know, if you want to be an at-home wife, just be that. And if that man walks away, then fine. There's another man that won't. But don't try to be something for someone because you feel like you're going to lose them.
Yeah,
or you're losing an opportunity to be in love.
Yes, I'm somebody who is traditional. I'm a traditional woman. I like some parts of the 50s and 60s relationships that I loved.
But during that time, black marriage was at 65%.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it goes to show you all those rules were not wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If
you're a man who wants to be the man, maybe you should date a woman who's more passionate and not more ambitious.
I'm ambitious in a different way. It's not the ambition that you see the women now that are this new, they call them like the new feminists. This is a new type of feminist movement, I guess, going on where it's like Maya Angelou said that it's surpassed love, and that's what we missed. So now you're seeing a bunch of ballsy women out here, right? That's probably what you're saying now. It's a bunch of women out here just like, no, you're not going to tell me to submit when I'm over here, getting my master's degrees. I'm over here working my 70-hour a week at my job. I'm a lawyer. I'm a doctor. I'm a teacher. I'm all these women are driven women, and they are not trying to submit to any man that in that way. So
and that lifestyle does come with a cost.
It does.
A lot of those women are single.
They are single.
You know what I mean? Because they don't know how to draw that line. And again, I don't have all the answers, but I will say that if you want something, then you have to be it.
Yeah.
But please bring more questions. I love love comments.
Yeah.
I love from men or women. I love
all the comments that we get are great, and then the inbox, like when we get inbox and message with ideas and stuff. So although our channel is small, like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Although our channel is small, we're trying to build it. Even within how small it is, there's a little community of just smart people talking to us. So we do appreciate that, and just send us more comments, and So thank you, Dwayne. What's your last name? Humphrey. Thank you for this comment. We really appreciate it. Do you have more you need to go over? Okay.
Yeah, check out Dwayne too, because he's a personal trainer.
Oh, he's a personal trainer. Oh, okay, Dwayne.
He has a page on Facebook.
Okay, I'll just link up his name. I'll leave his page here. Yeah, I hope you don't mind me doing that, but can maybe give you some more business. But so we'll put a link to Dwayne's page. Thank you so much, you guys, for watching again. We will be back next Tuesday with another show. We don't even know what we're going to be doing yet, but we'll figure it out. So thank you guys. Remember, like and subscribe our channel. We were at some point at 7 subscribers. Now we're at 41. Yay. We love our 41. We're embracing our
the
41.
Journey.
Yeah,
this is the YouTube journey. I love it. I am having fun with it.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, if anything, we have a catalog of just conversations with my sister.
I just like having something to express.
Yeah, me too. Me too. And I love talking to my sister. So it's just, we do this anyways. We're doing this anyway, so why not record it? So, So thank you guys. Everybody have a really good day, and we will see you next week. Bye.